morning, Hill fans. Well, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world when you're watching this. As always, chasing inclines with me, Nick. And today, we've got an absolute beauty. Today's all about Mamhead Hill, which I believe, I should have googled it already before I came out, was featured in the 2012 or 2013 Tour of Britain. Safe to say they went a lot quicker than what I'm going to be today. However, it's a firm fan favourite, or a fan's firm favourite. Don't know which context is the right one. There's lots of cycling, lots of cyclists, lots of Devon sportives that use this hill because it is a bit of a special one. I personally find it more difficult at the bottom and then more towards the top. It gets a bit easier, more of a steady incline. As always, along the way, I try and point out a few bits and bobs to give you a bit hints and tips. I started the video back along because I personally think that's where the hill starts, because there's a slow ramp up with just a couple of percent incline, but it does start to really take out of your legs, and as we go around this corner, this is when it really starts to climb, which is always good fun. So I've put about an hour-ish into my legs, so I'm scratching at almost 17 miles. Again, not too far, but again, you'll still have to feel it in your legs when you're climbing up this bad boy. Not entirely sure the wind direction, but I know riding along next to the estuary this morning, there's a bit of a headwind going into my face, so again, that'll take a little bit more effort to get along today. So yes, this is the start of the Mamhead Hill. I'm riding it early on a Sunday morning. My suggestion would be try and get out here and up the hill relatively early in the morning or towards the latter part of the afternoon. You will tend to find in the summer it's a very busy through road, because at the top you can come off the A30, A38 and connect down to Starcross, Dawlish, where there's a lot of campsites and stuff. So you wouldn't be surprised if today we come across some camper vans, maybe some caravans, etc. So here we go. I'm going to change into my second to last gear and just get it going. So as I said, this initial part of the hill I always tend to find the hardest, and then there's almost one bit that I keep an eye out for, but I know once I've made it up, I do feel it gets slightly easier. Let's get going. Okay, I'm in the granny gear now, trying to save the legs. As promised, I'm going to try and do a couple of hills today, a couple of bits of filming. I don't want to blow up on the first major hill. Okay, there's a car behind me, some sweeping corners, and a lovely slash nasty hairpin bend, which we definitely have to get out of the seat for, unless you're an absolute machine. Not sure about the road surface, what you're experiencing, but this is the type of surface that you chuck down that adhesive, and you just chuck down loads of loose chippings on top. So I said lots of traffic, lots of heavy traffic has cut it up just a bit, especially in the hot weather a few weeks ago. So here we go. incredibly drop. So what I try and do is take out as much of the vibrations as possible. Again, we do go under some quite thick tree cover at points. I'll see if I can lighten it up. But as mentioned in my intro, my one take wonder, try and get up as quickly as I can in one take. Nothing's rehearsed, so hence why long pauses, especially if I'm trying to breathe uphill. Alright, sweat is dripping down the inside of my glasses. That's horrific. Okay, and we're just climbing. Remember, our friendly neighbourhood pool guy will be popping up at some point in the video, or several points through the videos, so keep an eye out. Quite a few mushrooms on the side of the road. I remember kids, don't eat wild mushrooms, it's not cool. Okay, so after that initial kind of hit, it starts to say flatten out. I'm still climbing, but it gets a bit easier. You can get into your rhythm. You can hear the road, just it is not the smoothest, but hey, strap in, enjoy the ride. As we make our way up this bottom section, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the page, like some videos. I'm going to try and do a couple of old Tour of Britain hills over the next few episodes in planning and anticipation for the tour coming to Exeter and Cornwall in fact in September. And if you haven't, I would highly recommend you book the day off and you go out and watch it. It is incredible, especially if you can get yourself up top of a hill. I think, as I mentioned previously, 2012, 2013, I've done that with my family, positioned myself at the top. I'll try and point to you where I stood. Great atmosphere. I was stood just in front of the King of the Mountain stage at that point. And yeah, I think it was Bradley Wiggins, if my memory serves me correct, wearing the leader's jersey. So I'll see if I can dig that photo out and chuck it up on the screen. Now, enter post editing here. So I always tend to relate every hill back to, I mean every hill is different, every hill is unique. I think fellow cyclists, even non-cyclists, even if you're riding your motorbike up it, passenger, I think you'll probably appreciate that as well. So making our way up, still in the top gear at the moment, spinning the legs. I'll be able to talk to you guys as well. So lots of cycling clubs, local cycling clubs as well as touring cycling clubs use this hill. Yesterday I drove up to Holden, which is up the top here, to take my little one for a walk, and there's a gang of cyclists from a northern club. Well, to be fair, anything north from Devon is north of us, the only southerners are Cornwall and that's it. So they were up here busting the gut. It's good to see. Okay, this is where it ramps up again, so I might go a bit silent for a sec. So this is the bit that I was telling you about, that I tend to find if you can break the back of this bit, I think you're on for a winner. And it's just nice slow cambers and bends past this point here. This is where I find it kicks up a little bit more. Get out the seat, push it for 50 meters, and then you're on for a winner. Here we go. Now we are skip on Diglin. Beauty about this hill is gives you a great platform to springboard off. So you can either go from the top, take several routes down into the Team Valley, maybe ride the routes there, then climb your way up to Morton Hampstead, then through to Princetown, and then Tavistock and all that area. Or likewise, you can get to the top, take a left, make your way down to Chudley, Bovey's the gateway to the moors, get yourself up Haytor, and then again another great platform. Just get down to the River Dart, get some more lovely climbs in and around that area. Or indeed you can go down and head towards Torquay, Brixton, Paynton, Torquay, Brixton, Paynton, and kind of cycle around there. Or if you're feeling uber strong, you can actually head back towards Exeter, go out the other side, head towards North Devon. That'll be a test. So another sweeping corner, followed by another one. A couple of cars behind me, just waiting to overtake. Try and pull as close to the verge as I can. So as I said, if you're thinking about doing this in a group, completely down to you how you want to ride it. I tend to go single file just because it does get quite busy. As I said, completely up to you. So as I've mentioned, this was one of the 12 Britain Hills. I'll be filming another one in the not too distant future. And if you are going to go watch, what I would say, if you've got a bit of time after, maybe scour the route, is when they went through Exeter a few years ago. My brother and I are out for a bike ride, and there's a couple of pairs of Oakleys on the floor and bidons that the riders must have just discarded as they're coming towards the sprint and the finish. You know, a couple of grams lighter and all that won't make a difference to me, but worth a little look ski, see if there's any goodies on offer. Okay, so more sweeping corners, gradient still climbing, but it is easing, or again you can get more into that rhythm. A bit more difficult when you're trying to talk at the same time. But hey, let's laugh at that, a few challenges. So we are making our way to the top now. As I said, for me, I think it was up here on the right hand side that I stood at the Tour of Britain, which was incredible. And if you've got some energy left in your legs, this is when you can really put the power down and go for it. Oh dear. Right, change down, and just uphill on the left hand side. Who did want a bit of recovery, if you are waiting for a friend, fellow chasing the incline fan, you can put in here, and this is where the king of the mountain points for one, just here on the left hand side. So as always, that was Mamhead Hill. Pleasure to have you on board. Hopefully it's inspired you to get out and jump on the bike. Really appreciate you watching. As I mentioned, like, subscribe, be greatly appreciated. It's just me and my GoPro, and yeah, have fun. As always, have fun, go chase those inclines, and I'll see you next time. All the best.